Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Dr. Toni. If you are new to the channel, I am so glad to have you here today. And if you are returning, welcome back. I'm always so glad to have you. I know your time is precious, so is mine. And so when we get to choose to spend this time together, it is invaluable, it is meaningful, and I want to maximize it to the best of my abilities for this time that we have together. And so today, as your success and satisfaction mentor, I want to talk about something that really came across my mind and my heart really powerfully. And I want to talk to you today about when you feel like you or your dreams are just too much, or you feel like you just don't quite ever really fit in, or like you are different. And maybe it's not always that great of a thing to be the kind of different that you are, or like maybe you need to turn down the volume on your too muchness, on your bigness, on your boldness, your brightness, your loudness, your differences. Like maybe you're wanting too much, or maybe the change that you desire and that you dream of is just seemingly impossible. I want to loudly, clearly, and confidently say this to you: be too freaking much. Be too different. Shine your light. Cast your dreams, whether they seem big or small to someone else, whether they make sense to someone else, whether someone else gets it or gets you or not. I used to feel like if I really let myself show my full self, open, full self, I would be too much for people to handle. They think I'm too much. They wouldn't get it. They wouldn't get me. I'd be too optimistic, or they think that I'm dreaming too big, or I'd be too cocky to think that I could do the things that I believed that I could do, that I was here to do, too too overly confident to think that I could be or do or have what I truly dreamt of being and doing and having, what I truly desired to be and to do and to have in this world, in this life that I'm living. I let my fears about all of that hold me back. I unintentionally dimmed my light as a result. It made me feel like I had something to prove, or that I had to be different than I was in order to fit in or be enough. I needed to hold back or hold my tongue, or that I needed to convince other people about me, my dreams, and my desires in order for them to be valid, in order for there to be space for them. Like I needed permission to shine my own light in this world. And so I want to say to you, if you resonate with any part of this at all, don't dim your light. If we all dim our lights, the world is much darker. Don't smother the flame that flickers inside of you. Don't silence your passion. Don't hold yourself back. Don't minimize your purpose. Don't invalidate your desires. You cannot do any of that and still feel fulfilled with the life that you're living. No matter how much you give, no matter how hard you work, no matter how hard you try, no matter how much you sacrifice, no matter how much you people please, push back, or try to prove, it won't be enough. It will not fulfill you, because the answer isn't to be less of who you are. The answer is to be more. Even if and when others don't understand it, don't get it, maybe even feel threatened by it, because it's so different. It's so unconventional. It's so non traditional. It's so outside of their scope. And if that bothers or confuses others, that's just fine. Because that disruption that happens, it just may be the evidence that you need to demonstrate that your differentness, your muchness, your light is exactly what is needed in order to contribute to this world in a meaningful and impactful way at this time. It just may be that their confusion, their rejection of it, they're just not understanding it, they're bothered by it. That all just may be the reflection of evidence that what you are bringing to the table is presently missing, or there's not enough of it. There is a need for more of it, and is part of the variety that brings spice to life, a catalyst, part of the catalyst that contributes to change, to progress, to innovation, to something new, to the different that is needed. And so, if you are holding back from shining your light, the world is actually missing out. So, are you holding back from shining your light? Maybe you're staying in a certain relationship, situation, or position, even though it's not for you and you know it. Maybe you're not saying something, not doing something, or not going somewhere because you know others, they're going to have a strong reaction to it, not understand it, or challenge you on it. Maybe there's a dream that you've wanted to move towards that you've been putting on hold for far too long, but you don't want to upset people in the process of it. Maybe it's bigger than these, maybe it's smaller than these examples. No matter how you choose to categorize it, it matters. I'll tell you, my dad shined his light early on in his career when he accepted an appointment as the first Black pastor in an all white church. He stepped into that role so he could shine his light, his own unique light in his own unique way, following his calling, even though he was met with hate speech and had people leave the church before he ever even stepped foot in it simply because of the color of his skin. My mom, a white woman, didn't dim her light to spread the word and message of racial equity and love when she was receiving regular threats from her community simply because she was the mother of biracial children and had married a Black man. I chose not to back out from pursuing my dream, even when I was judged and condemned for having a child out of wedlock. I chose to shine my light through the differentness of the story that I chose to show, to demonstrate, and to live, just through my own lived example that this is who I am. This is how I'm going to show up. This is what I'm going to demonstrate to the world. This is the story that I'm going to tell. This is the light that I'm going to shine. I'm not going to pull back. I'm not going to dim it. I chose to shine my light of a seemingly too much dream to start my own business after having my third baby and completing my PhD by the age of 30. Allowing myself to want and to dream and to shine my light of doing it my way, that I don't have to do it their way, that you don't have to do it their way. Even if and despite, if no one else is really understanding it all, if no one else gets behind it when you are ready to get behind it, to do it, to show it. I learned how to stop dimming my light amidst a toxic relationship patterns that left me depleted, burnt out in life, and living in fear. And when I did start shining my light in my own unique way, my light of love, compassion, acceptance for myself and for others where they're at, I started breaking down unprocessed trauma patterns that led to healing for myself and my relationships. And so every time I feel scared, worried, doubtful about my own unique light, gifts, dreams, calling to share in this world, I get a choice to shine brighter with courage or to dim my light in fear. You get that choice too. No one said it's an easy choice, but we get it nonetheless. It's like the song that I sang in childhood that I'm remembering. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And then it goes, don't let Satan it out. I'm gonna let it shine, and so on and so forth. Don't cover it up. Don't hide it under a bushel. If you know this song, then you know kind of what I'm talking about here. But this conversation reminds me kind of that childhood song that loses its meaning, or maybe we don't even understand the meaning during childhood. It's just a fun song to sing if you were introduced to it. But now, as I share and reflect on this conversation that I see so many people pained by because they're not shining their light for this reason or another, the meaning of that song is amplified, that we all can shine our light. And when we do shine our light, it doesn't mean that there's no fear, right? We feel the fear, we shine our light. And when we do, the world is brighter. And when we don't, when we let the fear blow out our light, when we hide it or dim it because someone else isn't understanding or someone else doesn't get it or whatever the case may be, then we are actually reducing the amount of light in this world. It makes sense now. It's not just a song, "This little light of mine," like it used to be. Now that I'm thinking about it, reflecting on it in this conversation with you, it's not just a song, it's a way of life, shining your light. It takes courage, and we can all learn how to embrace it more and more and more. That lifestyle of shining our own unique light in our own different way. And if you want me to help you do that, you can go ahead, you can grab the new audio course, The Reset. It is the Reset physical book in audio form. It's a hybrid of audiobook and audio course all mixed together in order to support you, broken down in digestible bites, so that you can really get guidance that is applicable to you, not cookie cutter, day by day by day. You can grab the physical book, The Reset, right here. Well, it's on Amazon. This is what it looks like. You can grab that. Or if you know that you are ready, wanting, and needing that next level, that higher level mentorship, I only have a few positions open for that, but you can reach out to me. I'll leave the application link below, or you can go to boldandbalancecoaching.com and click on schedule a consultation there. No matter what you choose, no matter where you're at, you can shine your light. It does make a difference. I can guarantee you that. Thanks for hanging with me today. Till next time.